RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah, what's good, Joe? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative, and happy Martin Luther King Day. We gotta make sure, we show the proper respect, and the reason why most of us were not at our jobs today, because, that's an important thing for us to celebrate in, any shape, form, or fashion to, remember the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King and all that. Word up. But yes, as always, I got my man with me, and we'll let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? Eleider Boss, LB, Shutterworth da Gawd, GOAT artist, RingGangRadio.com.
That's what it is, man. GOAT artist in the house, and as always, I got my other man with me, and we'll let him introduce himself.
What up? You already know who this is. Boy, King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. Let's get it.
Hey, Bodega P, straight from the sewer as always. Yes, sir. So yeah, we're getting to the recaps from the cards this past weekend for particular fights. The first fight I want to touch on will be from from Top Rank, where we have Eleider Alvarez versus Michael Seals. Now I know, beforehand I was thinking to myself, okay, this is gonna be like a punch fest or whatever. I'm thinking, I think I said, both fighters will drop.
It'd be a shootout.
Yeah, it'd be a shootout. And unfortunately, it was not a shootout in any way. Frankly, it was like a snooze out, something like that.
Yeah, that shit was overwhelming as fuck.
I've seen it. I've seen and been in more entertaining water gun fights. Florida, with the water guns, we strapped down here, so.
nigga, you came out the womb with a super soaker. Like.
Oh man, but yeah, this fight was it was dead as fuck.
Yeah, no, and funny things. I was thinking about, I should go to this fight, and I'm glad I did not, because I would have been pissed if I had sat there and I just saw the non-action that I saw. And there was a whole bunch of that shit until the knockout. The knockout itself is probably the first legit KO of the year candidate. That right hand, they threw right hands. Eleider's landed first. Seals was gone. Dude hit and I think it was good that he hit the ropes, because the way he fell, he would have hit his head like hard if the ropes weren't there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Seals was sleeping for a couple of seconds. You can see it, you saw him convulsing, and he was sleeping for a few seconds. Then he started before he came to. But yeah, as spectacular as the knockout was, it definitely didn't make up for the fight itself. It was too tentative, and it didn't seem like it wasn't very tactical at all either.
It was just like, it was like the Cold War of boxing, like guys just fidgeting toward the red button.
Yeah, it was I think they showed too much respect for each other's power. I think that was the thing. And then when someone was able to, to really throw a shot, it was game over. But yeah, it was just I was fighting sleep during watching that fight. I was like, oh my god, can they please keep get this shit going, do something, work. Someone actually try to work to knock somebody out. And I know the crowd was booing and everything like that, and I was just like, I'm thinking, thank God I did not go to this fight. But yeah, no, the knockout itself, it was spectacular. It was a spectacular, and this is what I said we said about 175. 175 has killers and punchers in this division. Damn near any notable light heavyweight is a puncher of some sort. You cannot, like I said, even if you have a fight like this, where it's just shit going on, Well, a knockout comes at any given time with these fighters. It's a rough division to operate in. And Alvarez, like I said, and this is just, although his record does not really show that the type of power he does have, he has it. He's of knocking.
Definitely has power.
Yeah, because I don't remember him having this kind of power early in his career, like coming up, like at all. That's the funny part. Like, I don't remember him having all this power, and then lately the power just turned up to the max.
Yeah, I mean he sets up his power shots, And
Yeah,
he's like a solid, good puncher. But what you was about to say, Pat? My bad.
Yeah, I also agree. Like, he definitely sets up his shots. But yeah, his style is he's just really tentative. Like, this is what cost him in the the second Kovalev fight. He's a very tentative guy, and too tentative to the point where he can be outworked. But if you get caught, if he catches you, you're out of there. Butte got caught by him. Kovalev got caught by him. Seals got caught by him.
Yeah.
It was a nice little return. After he was out for almost a year, following his loss to Sergey Kovalev. So at least it's probably not going to get him back into the world title picture.
Yeah, and Seals is dangerous,
Yeah, very much so. But yeah, unfortunately. Oh, go ahead, Pete.
No, I didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it was just Seals was just, he was unfortunate to come up short. Okay, let me that. Okay, yeah, he was just.
Like the teacher from Charlie Brown showed up. Like, fan.
Yeah, I was like, I had to do that for real quick. But yeah, it's unfortunate that he did come up short in this, and he's still an operator, but who knows? He's like 37, so who knows how many chances he has left.
Especially in the division full of sharks like 175, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
You get clipped at the top, it's a long way down.
Exactly. And
a lot of different sharks nipping at you on the way down.
Right. And then now we have, and it seems like probably the next fight for Alvarez is going to be one against one Joe Smith, and possibly filling the vacancy for the WBO light heavyweight title.
That's a good fight.
It is. It is definitely a good fight, and
good fight.
Yeah, and hopefully, I think Alvarez. I'm pretty sure Alvarez will be under some. He'll have to actually work just to make sure it's there's no bullshit going on, because as we said before, Joe Smith can punch.
Yep.
So it's not Alvarez can't be too tentative like he has before. But yeah, if that's the fight that that we will that we call for for the WBO light heavyweight title, I'm all for it. Just build a nice card around it so we can attend.
please build a nice card around it.
Exactly. Whether it's
we're gonna make a pay-per-view. That's a great co-main.
Exactly. So yeah, just make sure that this fight is shown the proper love and the importance that it deserves.
Nah, fuck all that. I don't want to see no more pay-per-views. Like, nah. Don't even.
I don't want to see them either. I'm just saying, because hey, what we say. Some executive dude is listening on this shit, writing an email in the morning like, yeah. We got that co-main event you guys were asking for, bruh.
Well, I think luckily on the TR side, there was only that one pay-per-view last year,
unlike PBC.
Yeah, yeah, PBC. They completely went 180 on that, easy.
Your boxing cash.
Yeah,
that's what you gotta have to watch them shits, man. Damn, 7 pay-per-views a year and shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, and you used to say, oh, HBO's having all these bullshit pay-per-views, and oh yeah, we're gonna have pay-per-view quality on network TV. It's funny how it works, how things change over time.
Man, look, the 154 division is gonna save PBC on Fox.
Yes, and that's a perfect segue into, the next recap, where we had WBA and IBF junior welterweight, junior middleweight or super welterweight, however you refer to that division, champion Julian J. Rock Williams versus Jeison Rosario. Yeah, in this fight we got our first upset of the year, and it was pretty damn significant.
Major upset actually.
Yeah, this fight definitely ruined a fight on paper. I mean, it ruined
again. Yeah, but at least there was no robbery.
No
career mode glitch.
Career mode glitch. Yes, exactly.
This was a real career mode glitch. Usually, like when LB always texts me career mode glitch, it'd be like just like a 10-second glitch and then goes back. This one was like a permanent glitch. Like, we done for the night. Wrap that shit up.
Somebody was there walking behind the game or whatever and tripped over the power cord and just shut the whole TV off.
Yeah.
The whole system went out. Like,
all memory lost.
Yeah, memory lost.
Yeah, no, it was. This fight was a nightmare for J-Rock. It was. I mean, J-Rock did have a long layoff. I mean, we all know the story. Like, Hurd was supposed to run it back, but as he was originally going to exercise his rematch clause, but he decided against it, which was odd.
And then he had a fallout with his coach. I think he switched trainers.
I think I don't think he was in the mentally or physically in the state to actually go ahead and actually try to train to get his belts back. So J-Rock was left without an opponent for a while, and then this is how we got Jeison Rosario. And then J-Rock, usually with a fight like that, you should be back in the ring within 6 months max, and it was a little bit longer than that. Was it 8 months, I think, so give or take. So
10 months, 8 months, 6 months, 4 months, it don't matter. The chin would have shattered anyway.
Nah. Yeah, see that's.
I don't know, man, but you looking like you probably right.
And I just did bars. I didn't even know it.
Yeah, like bars.
Yeah, but it seemed like in that fight, I mean, Rosario just had J-Rock uncomfortable. Like the power, you can see Rosario's power affecting J-Rock almost immediately. And then
power and intensity, like
immediately, like
Rosario, like he let J-Rock know he was there for that fade.
Yeah. That's why I laughed, because the commentators, of course, the shitty commentators, were talking about how good J-Rock looked in the first round and how they didn't think Rosario landed a single punch. But yeah, at the end of the first round, you see his left eye starting to have the mouse on him. Like you
no lie, like he kind of beat up J-Rock fast.
Yeah. Like that.
He gave this nigga like a whole 10-round fight in like 5 rounds.
Yeah, and then he cut him too. Like he cut him with a legit punch. And then you see J-Rock, and J-Rock was all. I mean, I think it was in the second round. J-Rock was all over the place. Like he was getting hit with some power that I don't think he was expecting. And then
I heard they were sparring partners, but I don't know if that's true.
Were they?
I've heard, like, I'm not, that's why I said, like, I'm not. That's why I said I don't know if it's true.
And sometimes too, like sparring partners, if they actually face an actual pro fight, sometimes you get the sparring partner, they know the fighter so well that it's hard to get an advantage. And if that's the case, then you could probably that's part of the reason why this upset happened. But yeah, as you guys said, Rosario busted up J-Rock quick, like both eyes, the cut. There was a cut on one of them, like. And then J-Rock started getting rocked by these.
Because Rosario carried him fast. Like, they almost did fight like there was a familiarity to each other. But like I said, I don't know how true. But if it is true, it just shows that, like, when you sparring people, anytime you sparring, you gotta fucking win. Don't ever get too comfortable with somebody where you're not gonna try to win. That's my take on that. If it is true,
facts. And it was unfortunate. I mean, J-Rock got whooped, and then once he started getting rocked, well, right, it was over. I was just like, and then he stumbled toward the ropes, and then J-Rock once again is taking uppercuts. Taking another. Yeah. Although this one wasn't a wild uppercut. Rosario threw that shit swift. I mean, it was an uppercut followed by a left hook. Like, I mean, there was no fucking wrong with that combination, and it landed flush.
Man, Riddick Bowe proud.
Yeah.
that damn uppercut hit his ass. Shit.
Yeah, and then
Rosario looked good, man. Fuck all that. He impressed me.
He did.
Yeah, Rosario, for people you don't know, or if you should know if you were a PBC supporter and a fan, he fought on the PBC FS1 cards. I mean, yes, his loss was to Nathaniel Gallimore and stuff like that, and he has his fights with Jorge Cota and Jamonte Clark. A lot of prospect fights in which he won, and it was a complete surprise because Rosario is not seen as a top notable 154 pounder.
Nah, just a fringe contender.
Yeah,
a young in his prime fringe contender who was hungry.
Very much
a power puncher.
Yeah, had a power. Yep, had a power jab too.
Power everything really.
Yeah. And he just won it. I mean, he came there on Fox, on national TV, and completely destroyed another fight
in his hometown.
Nonetheless, in Philly. And Philly was about to riot too. Philly was already throwing. They threw shit in the ring.
They were WCW style.
Yeah, they were not having it. But I mean, what can you do? It wasn't like Guerrero got robbed. He got his ass beat badly, and
he did, man. The disappointment I seen on Bread's face, on Breadman's face.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Brad. Yeah, because it's like he was one and done. And truth be told, I didn't expect. I mean, J-Rock, I honestly like he would lose to a better fighter, a better name fighter, but I didn't think he would lose. I didn't think he would be a one and done champion. But apparently,
shit, I thought I pegged him to beat Charlo if they fought.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was confident about that shit too.
You were.
I was mad confident about that shit.
A lot of people were confident like J-Rock could rule the division. Me, I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I ain't saying rule the division now, but
no, you didn't say that. But I'm saying like not you. Like you said Charlo. I give you that. Like you keeping it real on that. But there's a whole bunch of other people who really thought J-Rock could like Charlo, Harrison, all like just wipe out everybody, get hurt again.
Yeah, even all the way up to middleweight, like to knock out Canelo and shit.
Bro, I was telling you in the
who the fuck is saying that stupid shit? Like now we're going a little bit
okay. Since everybody always run with Abel Sanchez telling the world that Golovkin could beat anybody from 154 to 168 or 175, whatever the fuck it was. That same day J-Rock fought, Brad in his mailbag said somebody had asked him, like, who do you give the best chance of beating Canelo from 160 down? 160 down, and he picked J-Rock.
I mean, he's also biased because he trains J-Rock, so I mean.
But nigga, you can't be that fucking biased. Nah, bro, come on.
It got pretty ridiculous, and I'm not saying to end it, but I think that was.
See, out of 154, they said for 160 down, 160 down.
Yeah, no, should have been Andre. Should have been the correct answer there.
Andre, Derevyanchenko, Golovkin,
even Jamal, yeah.
Like, I didn't 4 people that I would put above J-Rock.
Yeah, nah. Brett can get the fuck out of here with that shit. Unless he misunderstood the question.
And Munguia might give Canelo a good couple rounds. So I mean, come on.
I'm not gonna go that far now, but I mean,
Shit, I think he'll last longer than fucking J-Rock just did.
Yeah, no, that fight was just like it was just completely shocking how badly J-Rock was taken apart in this, and then this is just, you know, when this happened, all you can say is like 154 happens again. I mean, 154 is a division full of parity. Like, I think
and
now,
fuckery.
yeah, parity, fuckery, whatever you, but
Knockouts, upsets, everything. Like 154 legit is like low key been like the best division for a while.
And I used to, and 154 was something I used to complain about as being as stagnant as 147, because what I was complaining about it was when Floyd was, you know, held two of those belts, and then the IBF belt was going from Ishii Smith to Carlos Molina to K9, you know, those type.
Oh
you know,
god, yeah, those were some dark days in the division.
yeah.
But look now, like, dude, like them belts getting passed around like a fucking blunt at a damn Wiz Khalifa concert right now. Like,
Yeah, and
154, anybody can get it.
Yeah, and 154, Jeison Rosario and Patrick Teixeira are champions, legit world champions, along with Jermell Charlo.
If they're
I
smart,
mean-
they make that fight right now.
I mean, to be fair, everybody looks at those guys right now as transitional champions. So I mean, but they're still champions.
But the thing is, the 154 is not like there's like 154 has not had a dominant 154 champion since Floyd, really. And then, but then Floyd,
Jamel.
No. Floyd don't even count. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I'm saying Jamel because Jamel at least has some defenses.
yeah,
The Harrison fight was a hiccup.
yeah.
Like, he got robbed in that fight. Fuck all that shit.
Agreed.
But then also too, he looked vulnerable against John Jackson as well. So I mean, he was.
True. I mean, okay.
He was outboxed to the point where, you know, if he didn't, it was to the point where he would need a knockout to win because he was so far behind on the cards.
I mean, but damn, don't PBC have a heavyweight like that?
That's also facts.
I mean, I mean, which one is it? Like, I mean, do we respect the guy for outboxing somebody and then getting knocked out, or?
Well, but
Getting
that's not his strategy. I mean, Charles can actually work for a knockout. You know, that's and you know.
But this is the thing, man. Keeping your eye on the prize with a loaded gun, with fire in your hands. You know, keep throwing punches with intent and never wavering, no matter what's coming back at you. That's a talent in itself.
Yeah, we can't knock him for that because nigga, we'd have to do the same thing to Jason Voorhees, aka Jared Hurd.
Well, Jason, I mean, we do knock Hurd for that.
Yeah, we
You
do.
can't.
But we know it's his style, though. It's a difference, though. It's like some guys come forward and it's done in a more educated way. Then some guys just kind of come forward, just like how we knocked Margarito for that shit. Like Paul Williams came forward, but it was only certain fighters that would light him up,
Right,
and he was still fucking putting hands on dude.
right. And
You know, Hurd be legit getting outlanded 3-1, 4-1 before he damn turns the tables
Yeah.
or gets gassed up.
And yeah, and just like that. I mean, he ran into someone who was able to nullify that, which of course was J-Rock. And that's the thing about 154 is like, there's no such thing as Jermall Charlo was probably a dominant 154 champion. Jermell Charlo is a good one, but he's still flawed. You know, and then
How was Jamal a damn?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who the fuck did Jamal fight? Except for he fought Trout, and which a lot of people felt Trout beat Big Charlo.
I didn't.
He lost. It
I
was
know,
a good 7 rounds to 5 fight, though.
No, I didn't, but he had a tougher time with Trout than little Charlo.
Nah,
Like,
he didn't.
Nah.
You take the knockdowns away from the Jamel fight, and that fight could damn near be a draw. Like, Trout was frustrating the shit out of him. Remember he had Charlo in there talking about
Yeah, no, Trout frustrated both.
Yeah.
Frustrated
Don't
both.
touch him.
But I thought, actually, even officially on the cards too. I mean, Trout fucking officially beat. I think wasn't it a split decision or something like that for Jamel. It was something like that with Trout. I mean,
Yeah.
Trout, it was they were both close fights with both Charlos. So I mean,
Yeah. I
But
feel like Jamal just won off, like he made the power count more so in his rounds where like he was able to box better with Trout, whereas Jamel was more like just winging shots, frustrated, but him doing that still got 2 knockdowns though. And that's his strength. Like no matter what you do, he's like he coming at you, you frustrate him, whatever. You still gotta be on your P's and Q's. He still hurt you.
right.
And it's like nobody at 154 is like that. Like I shit, like we sleeping on Brian Castellano.
I'm not.
I mean, no, because his name never gets mentioned, and he could throw hands. Like he'd give anybody a fight.
Yeah, but at this point right now, I mean, he hasn't had any real high profile fights like that. I mean, except for Laura, and that fight he didn't really
You
show
know it
his
is.
level.
Nah, he lost that fight to me.
He ain't lose that fight, bruh.
Yeah, that summers.
Oh, yeah, who I'm talking to? I forgot. Yeah, you was.
Nah.
I just remembered. Like, hold on.
Yeah, but that's how much what we talk about 154. There's just the parity is there. Like no one is really above anyone at this division. Like the champions, like we had Munguia, who even with his like 6 title defenses, he definitely should have lost. Well, he should.
He should have lost half of them.
He was no better than J-Rock, really.
Yeah, and then then we have Teixeira, who is the new WBO champion, who's known for getting iced by Curtis Stevens in 2 rounds at middleweight, admittedly, but still iced. And then he manages to be the biggest, one of the biggest prospects at 154 at Adamas. And then we have the PBC rotation, Tony Harrison, again getting a gift. We have.
Bullshit.
There's always gonna be that asterisk. And this dude kept the fucking belt the whole year.
Yeah. And then
plotting and masterminding rematches and shit, only to get knocked out.
Yeah. Then Hurd actually manages to unify belts in fights that he was, one where he probably could have lost, and the other one he was losing. To Harrison. It's just
all
like,
the damn fights he could have lost.
Yeah,
What you talking about?
Like, fuck. This is why I call him Jason Voorhees. You fucking run away from him for a little bit, but he always creeps up back on you, finishes you.
Yeah, and then and now we have Rosario, who had no fanfare, knocking out on Fox, J-Rock. So it's like everything is very. 154 is just like everyone gets a turn. Like 154 is a division that doesn't fuck around. Like champions can get their belt took at any given time by any given body. So it's like
Robin season.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
I mean, literally and figuratively.
Yes. And of course,
someone could rob your chin like them Rosario uppercuts. or someone could just rob you at a fight like Harrison Charlo.
Yep, and this is unfortunately, and this is not PBC's fault, but this is unfortunately a reason that PBC once again a fight on their side gets is dead for the time being, because I know I think it was after if J-Rock retained, then he would have then the fight with Jamel Charlo would have been made 3-belt unification. And
we gotta wait.
Yeah, we gotta wait.
But hold on,
rematch clause.
Talking about a rematch, but it's
because he has a rematch clause in his contract, like any champion should, and he said he's gonna invoke it.
So this is
hopefully that don't take a whole year. We get that in the summer or something.
Because if J-Rock wins his belt back, watch there be a fucking third a rubber match, which nobody really wants to see. But
no.
Or either that.
If the second fight is good, I'm not gonna complain about a rubber match.
Yeah, but it also depends too if the other champions stay in line. If Jamel Charlo keeps his belt, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if Jamel Charlo decides, hey, let's go after Teixeira is his mandatory is Castaño, so that's gonna be his next fight. So
damn, like this is why I fucks with 154.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, that could be another one and done.
yeah.
yeah, and if that's not one and done, that'll be another huge upset. That's what
I know. Michael Soro lurking around, so somebody gonna get matched up with him sooner or later.
Fuck that nigga. He can wait.
Yeah, we got enough people in the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, 154 is it's just something like the upset was something, and people were talking about this upset too. Like there are niggas out like that were on my social media that were just like, oh, like they were impressed by that, like by that ass whooping too, and the hardcores that I know were just like, what the fuck, J-Rock.
Man,
like
can't rely on that chin, bruh.
Like how you light up Hurd, but Rosario's the one, but you can't handle Rosario and Hurd.
No, Styles make fights.
Yeah, I was gonna say Styles make fights.
You know that, Pat. Enough boxing you done seen.
Because Rosario lost to Gallimore, who lost to J-Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing I'll say, like Rosario, I felt was more competitive with Gallimore than J-Rock was with Rosario. Like Rosario literally like put his foot in his ass. Like he like dominated him besides maybe a couple counters for the whole fight.
That's also true. That's very true.
Like Gallimore, Rosario, like that legit could be ran back. Like Rosario lost, but it wasn't no like
he got caught.
He got caught. Like he was up there with him. Like like Gallimore started like he started going away with the fight. But Rosario never stopped trying. He was still in there. So whereas J-Rock looked like he was getting hurt every other 3 punches or some shit.
Yeah,
like, you just knew it was a matter of time.
Yeah, and it's like for J-Rock because J-Rock, originally that Hurd fight, it got rid of the whole stigma of him and his chin from the Jamal Charlo fight. Like he on chin is like if you can take a shot, if you
no, it didn't.
Yeah, no, it did. Like
it did help a little bit because we saw him as a tougher guy because even though the style matchup was different and Hurd is a different type of puncher, he's more like a clubbing, thudding type of guy. He still hits hard, but it's a different type of power. It's not a power that's going to shock you and. It's a wear you down power, heavy hand power, like
and he didn't get and J-Rock didn't give him the chance to wear him down. So like that's why I knew that I wasn't.
But Hurd still landed some good shots on him, like some solid shots, like.
But anytime he did, he could never follow up on it. Like so.
J-Rock even knocked Hurd down, and that who saw that happening? I didn't see J-Rock being able to knock Hurd down.
Yeah, no, that was surprising.
No one saw that coming. Like, I know Hurd didn't see that shit coming.
Right.
So he answered some questions, but
now it's gonna be.
I still felt like J-Rock was, and that's the reason why I didn't pick him for a knockout. I felt like his power, isn't all that. Like it's maybe like out of 1 through 10, like a 6.
Yeah, because most of his knockouts are just like stoppages, like the accumulation.
Like he's a decent average puncher, like.
Yeah, but I thought he would at least be able to hurt Rosario, but no. And this is why I think.
If he hits you clean, he could probably. But that's the thing. It's like he never could set anything up on Rosario. Like Rosario just kept up on him.
Right, and I just have a feeling that the rematch is gonna go the same fucking way. Like
agreed.
Yeah, either that or Brad's gonna have him, fight completely different and completely negative,
which would be stupid.
Yeah.
Right. J-Rock, he's capable of it, but I don't know. He's gonna look bad that way if he can't really tighten up his defense because that whole back foot boxing. If you still letting the guy catch you too many times. Then we have a Paulie Malignaggi, Pablo Cano type of fight. Where you're moving away from the action and getting tagged at the end of punches.
Facts.
Might even get dropped.
Super facts.
You know, that's the thing, and we don't know if Rosario is gonna come in there like an Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, and then Rosario too. Like, I mean, yes, he's a puncher, but even just somehow, some way, I just don't see Rosario. If he somehow does not face J Rock in the rematch, I don't see him getting past anyone in the first title defense. I really don't.
Yeah, it all depends on who he fights, but
yeah, Rosario. Because I mean, yes, I mean Rosario's competition outside of a few opponents is not that great. But like I said, 154 has that parity. Like everyone seems to be a style clash for everyone in that division.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what makes me hard to say. Like, there's no one has separated themselves from the pack just yet to a degree where I can say, okay, they're the best. And Rosario
bring everybody at the top. Like,
and Rosario in this situation is a unified champion, which even makes it's not like he's a one-off. Yeah. He's a unified champion.
I mean, he could still be a one-off. He just got 2 belts, like, you know.
Yeah, it's double the one-off.
2 belts.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's I mean, this is what 154. This is what makes 154. Like, I mean, no one's gonna look at Jeison Rosario and is like, okay, this is the best nigga at this 154. No one's gonna look at Patrick Teixeira and be like, yeah, this dude is one of the best at 154. They weren't even looked at. They were barely even top 15. Like,
because remember, if they're considering Crawford moving up for that fight,
yeah,
then that just tells you all you need to know.
Yeah,
facts.
Yeah, because they weren't saying that. They're not saying that for Jamel Charlo. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Like, hell nah, man. Like, I know somebody's gonna be out there like, man, I think Crawford will outbox Jamel Charlo. But then I'm gonna just be like, yeah, y'all just missed the whole point of the podcast earlier. We was talking about Jamel come at you with fire the whole time, no matter what you do to him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, if you better be able to take that fire or clip him.
Oh man, yeah, but yeah, what
I gotta say that. Oh, what was you about to say?
Yeah, no, I was saying 154 is definitely in the last like 3 years or so. 154 has definitely evolved into one of boxing's quality divisions. You know, at least the top 3 division.
Hell yeah, definitely. Like the only division you could put ahead of that is like 175.
Yeah. And
I don't know who. I mean, welterweight had a good year last year, so I could say maybe that 147.
And 140's on a rebuild, and the Bantams are on fire. You know.
Yeah, low key 140's up there too. Like,
yeah, well, 147. I'm gonna take out the equation because the accident fucked up everything. So now they're in rebuilding mode.
Yeah,
motherfuckers is coming back from car.
It's like 2K, you got to go off the last season.
Yeah,
because we don't know what could happen this year. So we still got to treat it like, you know, we go
in knowing this shit. Like, we're going in knowing that one person has a car accident, recovering from a car accident. Another guy is Mr. Glass. Another guy is fucking doing his senator, you know, fucking campaigns in the middle. So he only wants to fight, you know, when he wants to fight. Like, yeah, nah,
we knew all this shit. We knew all this shit last year, right? And we still got good fights from all them dudes.
Facts.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, we don't really know, man. Like, maybe that shit. I mean, I'll say this. Like, I agree with you in that the odds are stacked against 147. But it ain't no impossible shit. Like, I feel like 160 might be a worse year.
Yeah, 160 with the exception.
Yeah, well, 160 is different for that. That's a whole different story. Too many moving parts, but nobody wants to move the chess pieces accordingly.
Right.
It's like, fuck that. We got a Nintendo 64 cartridge and a Sega Dreamcast and a Sega Genesis, but we only got the power cord for one. What we gonna use? It's like this a clusterfuck.
Yeah. 160 is definitely gone downhill. for that for sure. At least for the time being. I mean, maybe it'll rebound in 2020, but we'll see. But yeah, it just makes 154 look even a lot better. It's like now it's like you gotta be a fool to leave 154.
Because 154, like you got unifications, they passing out belts.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's a thread.
We get more quality fights than most. We get fight of the year candidates. You know, I mean, 154 had, definitely had like 2 of them at least last year. So
yeah, or you're at least getting a good fight. Shit, the Lara Castellano fight, fucking Harrison and Hurd. I mean, I'm sorry, Harrison and Charlo,
and then Hurd and Williams, J-Rock. Yeah, so
yeah, that's 3 right there. Like, and damn, there's 3. You had
and of course,
3 fights.
And Adamus, that's another one.
Oh yeah, 4.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, 154. Like 154 is a quality division. It's just gonna see. Now the only flaw with 154 is just to see now who's the criminal rise to the top. I mean, Rosario, yes, he got himself a great victory, a nationally televised victory, and everything like that. But it's just we're gonna see how this goes going forward.
Oh man, but I gotta mention that damn that tweet with J-Rock with the irony. Him mentioning the whole Herd and taking the shots at dude about how he was ducking the rematch and the drug testing and all that shit. He turns around and the same thing happens to him in his hometown. Worse actually, because at least Herd went the distance.
Yeah, I know. Herd took his butt whooping like a man, but
Yeah. So sometimes, man, you just you already won. You just keep it moving, man.
Yeah. So I mean, hats off to Jeison Rosario for because dude was weeping after that victory. Like, dude was clearly overwhelmed. Like he couldn't believe the shit. Yeah,
that was a performance. That was the upset of the year. What, 9-1 favorite?
I'm actually like 18-1.
Wow, more than that? Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn. And the thing is, a lot of people were saying Rosario was to get knocked out. I don't know what people were seeing to think that was going to happen. Like, J-Rock had power like that? Like,
Because 154, like it seemed like, because when you were a champion there at 154, like I said, you see like it's upper echelon type of thing, and
everybody hits harder automatically. Like,
yeah, and this was the case that Rosario hit a lot harder than J-Rock and better chin and everything, and we get what we get.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully we get a rematch in a timely manner back on Fox.
Well, I mean, this could be a 90-day layoff for J-Rock because he got knocked out,
yeah.
And he did get battered. So I mean,
that's true. Something in the fall. I know I mentioned the summer earlier, but we let the bloodthirstiness go down. Fall be cool.
I mean, I would say probably at the earliest, I expect it would probably be like maybe a July type of fight, a rematch at the earliest.
Earliest July, latest December, October.
Yeah, exactly. Look at J-Rock.
Gotta put it on Fox though, man, and build that shit up again.
But no, it's either that or I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a lot of PPC pay-per-views this year. So I could also see this being on a undercard of some sort.
I can see that, man, but for a unification fight, that's kind of nigga. Like, what's gonna be on the if that's the undercard, what the fuck is the main event?
Man, well,
hold on, this Wilder Joshua, right?
We're gonna have to wait for the shit to play out because this is January now. Probably by the time that this fight comes about, our dynamic will probably have changed by then.
This McGregor Mayweather 2, like Pacquiao Mayweather 2, like what is gonna be the co-main for that? We just putting down 154 unifications on co-main events.
I can see it. Like I said, because it'll be like, hey, we want to make some money off this, so let's put it on pay-per-view.
I can see it, but it gotta be a fucking good fucking main event. You can't put that on the fucking undercard of Wilder Ortiz 3.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Am I lying? I mean,
You're not. You know, it's the
No.
truth. Yeah, 154 is a hell of a division, man. 154. But 154 is a division that boxing needs more of.
You're not gonna put that on the undercard of Pascal Brown too, are you?
I wouldn't be surprised.
These niggas are fucking around to make that a Fox doubleheader.
Honestly, a Fox fight would probably be the best. Like, if you want to put that shit on a Fox, you know, do it.
Damn, and Brown Pascal as on the undercard. Oh, nah, that.
Oh man, so yeah, you know, 154 versus Jeison Rosario. The saga continues, man. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this will get some more upsets as they happen for that. You know, as the year progresses.
Next time on 154 Fighter Z, will the belts be split, unified again? Tune in. Same PBC network, same Fox. No wait, maybe pay-per-view or Showtime or FS1. But you get the idea.
And who knows? Maybe by then PBC will add the WBO belt into their ranks. You know, and then we can have some real unification going on.
Fat chance the WBO is still in bed with Aaron and Warren. Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, I mean, as long as Brian Castano he's a PBC fighter. If he is the mandatory, they are in a, you know, if he beats Teixeira, which I think he will, that belt goes that WBO belt goes.
You mean beat him, or PBC draw beat him?
Yeah.
I mean, because this is the thing. The Lara fight was close. I give you that. Like, I could honestly say, I could understand that people feel that was could go either way. So a draw maybe was the best. Me, I had Castano winning, but he should be able to get I can't pronounce his name, so I don't want to fuck it up. Teixeira, yeah, okay. He should be able to get him.
Yeah, he should be. But like I said, you know, you just
keyword should.
You never know with 154 boxers. You just never.
Yeah, you don't use the word should.
Yeah.
Shit, J-Rock should have gotten Rosario out of there.
Exactly.
No, according to y'all, I knew he wasn't knocking shit out.
Yeah, no, I say, man,
we was all wrong.
You know, we all make mistakes. That's why pencils have erasers, bro. You know, we all make mistakes.
Yeah, but I don't use pencils. I mark everything down in pen. I stick to my gun.
Double down on them black inks.
Oh man.